This literally happens to every old motorcycle I buy, every single one. This one here in particular is a CB 400, an old Honda, 1970s, and they're all the same. It's all the same thing. I get a terrible idle, or it's a cylinder misfire, or no idle at all, or it's erratic, super erratic, all over the place, horrific idle. And even when you try to add pod filters, it's even worse, or anything like that. And it took me months to figure this out, but it's the same between every single one of them. This is typically the problem on every one of them. I'm going to show you how to fix it and probably save you a lot of time and energy. Like I was saying, I'm working on this old CB 400, and I got the carburetors off right now. If you pull your float bowl off your carburetors, whether it's 4 or 2, it doesn't matter. If it's 4, 2, 1, whatever, 3 carburetors, it does not matter. They're all pretty much the same, and they have the similar characteristics, even if they're not the identical carburetors. Typically, what you have is this plug. This was the one that was in here. You have a plug going over. So you have your pilot jet, you got your main jet, and then you have this one that's plugged. So you're thinking automatically, well, that don't matter, it's plugged off. Maybe it wasn't a feature on this motorcycle. No, this is very, very important, this one that is plugged off. Trust me, your bike uses it, and it's the reason it's running like shit. This is connected to your pilot jet right here. There's a little hole linking the two right in between them. Watch, maybe I can show you when I spray carb cleaner down here. Anyway, there's a tiny hole, a little orifice linking this jet and this jet right here, and this is called your slow jet, the one that is plugged with the rubber plug that I just dropped down there. See, both of these carburetors have slow jets, and it is absolutely critical to make sure this is cleaned out. Your slow jet connects your idle fuel mixture screw. This is a fuel screw because it's on the engine side of the carburetor, not the air intake side. It connects the idle fuel screw. I'll show you that. I got that out too because I take them out every time I'm cleaning these old carburetors. So I take this out. This is connected to here, to your slow jet, and then your slow jet is connected to your pilot jet. And on these carburetors right here, these Keihin idle mixture screw are connected to these diaphragms here too. So we have all 3 of these connected together. Now if you take, here, I'm going to show you what happens when I take carbon choke cleaner. I got to put my camera on the stand. I guarantee you, if you are having trouble with your idle on an old bike, that the slow jet is clogged. I guarantee you. If you take carbon choke cleaner, and in this case on this old Keihin, I got these rubber diaphragms out. There's a cap that goes over top of this. Be very gentle when you pull it out. Take these screws off, pull this diaphragm off if you have it on your carburetor. And then there's the diaphragm underneath of it. Sometimes I got to buy new diaphragms because they're cracked or they got holes in them too. And then there's a passage that links the inside of this diaphragm, boom, to this slow jet. And what you want to do is take carbon choke cleaner and spray it. See it coming out of that slow jet? That's what you want to see, that fine mist coming out of the slow jet. And if your bike is idling or running like shit, I guarantee you will not have a mist coming out of that slow jet. And what you want to do, what I do, is it's very, very difficult. Like if you look down in this hole, you'll see a kind of a big hole. But at the end of that big hole, 6 millimeters, around 6 millimeters deep in there, there's a tiny, tiny, minuscule little orifice. And it is freaking tiny. What I use is I use a very, very small safety pin, and I literally bend these open, and then I clean it out with that. Another thing you can do to clean out pilot jets and slow jets is use the bristles from a wire brush. Sometimes I literally have to use the bristles from a wire brush. And if it's smaller than one of these, I'll use the bristles from a brass wire brush. I've never got around to buying the specific tool for it. I'm sure there's a wonderful little like pilot jet cleaner on Amazon. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look tonight. If your bike's idling like shit and you're doing an old project, guarantee you, check these slow jets. Do not underestimate these, the ones with the rubber plug under them. Make sure you see carb cleaner, carbon choke cleaner coming out of your pilot jet when you spray in the slow jet. It's got to come out of your pilot jet, which is right here, because that's how the slow jet is getting its gas, that little tiny hole between these two linking them. And it's got to come out of this area here where that rubber diaphragm is, and it comes out of holes inside the carburetor too. And it comes out of your fuel mixture screw. So a lot of places are connected, and this is a very important circuit. It's your idle and low RPM circuit. And once you get that cleaned out, you're going to know it. If your bike was running bad, running rough, really erratic, wouldn't respond on the fuel mixture screw, you're going to know it. Trust me, it's going to be a whole different animal. It's going to run like it's brand new. Hope this helps. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, check out my other videos. Subscribe, like. I appreciate you. See you on the next one.